events like this globally called Techstars Startups. And I have kind of adapted it for a shorter, less intense kind of experience, okay? But just know you're part of a community doing work, which is very cool. It's going to be fast and furious, okay? So we're quickly, and so I'm going to ask you to trust in the process and do your best to come up with an idea. It doesn't have to be the idea that is going to change the world, but I want you to learn the process, because if you learn the process, you can apply it to any idea. So if this idea doesn't work out, and oftentimes as entrepreneurs, it doesn't, you have the process and you know how to move it forward because you've learned it and you can apply it to any idea. Okay. So with that said, my name is Maureen Comstone. I hope I have introduced myself to all of you. I run the U Imagine Center for Integrative and Entrepreneurial Studies here at Ursinus. Our center is right next door. I am an entrepreneur. I was an entrepreneur. I'm now an educator, so I teach entrepreneurship. I run a number of student-led initiatives. One is a student-run digital marketing business. I have some of our U Imagine Center students in the room that will be working with you today. They help run the center, very much student-led, and a number of other initiatives on campus where my job is to get you thinking entrepreneurially, how to do things new and innovatively, and more importantly, to take action. How do you execute on them? So that's my job here at Ursinus. I'll just ask our student ambassadors to stand up and introduce themselves for a minute. Tell us your name, your year, your major, and they'll be working with you today.
My name is Tyler. I'm a sophomore. My major is applied economics. I work rapid fire. I've participated in UC Imagine Fest. I've run some of the programs here along with our other ambassadors. That's a little bit about me.
I'm Carly Schiller. I'm going to be a junior. I'm a finance major with a minor in digital studies. But yeah, the Imagine Center was pretty fun. We did the Bear Innovation competition in the spring. Confused. It was like a connecting apps, kind of like LinkedIn. But yeah, I'm excited to help you guys today.
I'm Don. I'm a freshman economics major. I'm minoring in Spanish, and I really like the U Imagine Center. We went to Harrisburg and presented in a competition there. That was a great experience. I wish you all the best of luck today.
Hi everyone, I'll wrap this up. My name's Manning. I just graduated. I was a math and computer science major, and I was actually the first U Imagine Center scholar. So you guys have the opportunity to apply for a U Imagine Center scholarship if you want to come to Ursinus. It's an opportunity for you, so I would highly encourage that. And like I said, I was the first. All these guys have rotated through, and it's a great opportunity to get connected. You immediately get friends on campus. It's not hard to make friends, but when you come to college, you're trying to make new friends, develop connections. It's a great way to develop new friendships. In an object-oriented mindset, people that are kind of interested in the same things that you're interested in. So that's a great opportunity for that, as well as it kind of sets you up for other things you want to do in life in a professional setting. So I was able to kind of secure a lot of different opportunities throughout my time working through the U Imagine Center, and I could say that the U Imagine Center contributed to me getting my job upon graduation that I'll be starting in July. So I'm looking forward to that. It's a great opportunity, and hope you guys have fun today. So.
Great. Well, thank you for that. Okay, so here's a look at what's going to happen today. Going fast and furious. All right, so here we are at the introduction. Within a few minutes, I'm going to introduce you to our keynote speaker, Trevor Mislin, who just graduated from Ursinus, participated in our Bear Innovation competitions, and won 3 times. And I'm not going to steal his thunder, but he is an entrepreneur in the making and has already made himself an entrepreneur. So he'll tell you a little bit about his pathway. From there, I'm gonna run you through the process. In your packets that you were handed, your folders, you're gonna see a packet like this. This is gonna be your Bible today, okay? It's gonna have the instructions in it, and I'm gonna ask you, and I'll go through this with you, but I just wanted to highlight it for a minute. This will be the process that we're gonna walk you through. All right? As you're coming up with your ideas and your solutions, once you settle on that as a team, we're gonna put you into teams. Each team is gonna rotate through a mentor that's gonna help you further develop that idea by asking you probing questions. Oh, you have this idea. How does it make money? Oh, how does it work? Getting you to think about it and envision it as if it were happening. Okay? Because shortly after lunch, you're gonna come here and you're gonna do a trial run, dress rehearsal. And we're gonna give you very, very critical feedback to help you elevate your presentations in terms of the content, your oral presentation style, and your visuals that support it, okay? So it'll be fast and furious. Get you in, give you some feedback. You have a few minutes to go back and update your material if you'd like. And then I'm gonna ask you for your final PowerPoints, and then we're gonna get the competition started. I'm shooting for 1:30. See how that goes, okay? I think it'll work. So we have a lot of help for you to help stimulate your ideas and help you develop them further. Your role is to actually come up with the ideas and to follow the process and to learn the process. So with that said, I'm going to turn it over to our keynote speaker, Trevor Mislin, and then I'm going to walk you through this packet. So please welcome Trevor Mislin.
How's everybody doing today? So, like Maria said, my name is Trevor. I've been kind of science for 4 years now, graduated in May. I graduated with a funny degree of environmental studies. Not really a business-related degree, but it's my passion, and that's what I really care about in life. In business, I got into business at a young age through a friend who started his own landscape company. And I decided that I wanted to help him build that company, and he's still thriving with that today. Funnily enough, the way I got involved with the U Imagine Center in Marine was through a class I took here, science. I'm proud to say that if I did not go to science, I wouldn't have started either of my other two companies, would not have met all the great people at the Imagine Center, and would not be where I'm standing today. I took an environmental writing course here, and through that I met an old friend of mine. His name was Christian, and he gave me the opportunity to help him with a business idea called the Bridge Foundation, which was my first baby, my first business that I created. It was a nonprofit where we helped people across the world that were in low-income areas get education in the United States. At the time that I was at the company, we had helped about 36 people from across Africa come to the U.S. and actually get formal education, high school, college, and graduate level courses. And proud to say that I was part of building that. And again, I would not be there to do that if I was not here at our science. Past that, this past year, I decided to create something called Century Mental Health and Research. Century was based off of helping people get help with their mental health issues that they weren't able to before. And we developed cutting-edge technology through AI and wearable devices that were able to help people who were in crises get help, as well as predict when people are going to go into crises. Really, everything that I've done in business and in my life and in education has been about helping people. And I hope that some of you today get the chance to create and think of ideas that help people. Because honestly, the best way to be successful in your lives is to help others. And when I was younger, me and my family, we didn't have much. And we were lucky enough to have people to help us. And because of that, I'm lucky enough to go to college and now help more people. And so one of the biggest things that I know as an entrepreneur is that while it is great to be a business owner for money and the accolades that comes along with that and creating your own ideas, helping people is something that can drive you forward a lot farther than money or any award can give you. I want to talk a little about the Imagine Center itself, because like I said before, if I had not come to Ursinus College, if I had not taken that Christian, if I had not met Maureen, I would most likely be working a job that I do love, but I would not have been able to touch as many lives as I did. I wouldn't have started either of my two companies, and I really feel like there would be a hole missing from my life. I wouldn't be able to help the people that I've helped, and really not just learn about others, but learn about who I am and what I want to do in my life. I think the biggest thing that people need to understand about the Imagine Center is that it's not just one thing. We have scholars here who are going to help you out through mentorship. There's competitions here that help you bring forth your ideas and actually get started with them. I'm proud to say that I am the only student to win 3 years and 3 years in a row at the Imagine Center. And without the money that we won all 3 years, we would not have gotten our ideas and our programs to the place they are today. My nonprofit, which I left about a year ago, they're probably about a year away from building their first campus in Africa, which is a goal of theirs, and each campus is up to $20 million each. So if you think about that, 3 years ago, the Bridge Foundation really didn't exist, and now we're about a year away from breaking ground on a massive Ursinus College-like campus that is going to help better serve communities. Century before last year was non-existent, and now this year we actually just last week sold most of our patents and our ideas to a massive mental health company in Europe, where we can now see our ideas and our projects be implemented on a faster pace and on a larger scale to help more people. And again, without the Imagine Center, none of that would have happened. Some key things at the Imagine Center is the mentorship that I was able to get. I worked with Maureen, I took a class with Maureen, and honestly, just the countless meetings that I had with you stirred up some ideas that I didn't have. I don't know if I would have been able to talk to somebody else that would have given me that spark I needed to think differently. Another thing the Imagine Center does, or helps you do, is perfect your ideas. Every idea that you guys will think about today is going to be a little rushed, but it's going to be something that you're passionate about. You think that's going to work. The Imagine Center is going to actually be able to say, hey, here's how you're going to be able to implement that idea. Not just, hey, this is a cool thing I want to do. They're going to tell you and lead you in a direction where if you want to, even while you're in college, like I did, or after college, if you're really passionate about that still, you can actually go to the Imagine Center and they will help you actually achieve that. And again, my biggest thing today to tell you is that I wouldn't be standing here today. I would not have been able to help people or have my companies if I did not go to Ursinus College. One of the biggest things I learned at the Imagine Center was the quote-unquote real innovation process. As I said, I am an environmental studies major. I go on hikes probably 2 or 3 times a week. I can tell you pretty much any other type of plant that's outside. Not really cohesive with running a business. That being said, pretty much learned over the past 2 years that I can make it into what I love. Currently, I am the director of eco services at a local garden center here, and I again get to help people learn about the world in ways they wouldn't have if I wasn't able to do that for them. Starting out with ideas is a pretty tough thing. There's a lot of things that have already been created. You have big things like Amazon or Apple, and it's hard to think of a quote unquote new idea. And something that I always look to was things that I'm passionate about. I think you guys already know, and I've said, is that I'm passionate about helping people. And what you may not realize is that not enough people get help nowadays. And so I always said that it was my easiest way to create new ideas was when I thought about something I was passionate about or interested in or good at, and I applied how could I help other people get to that place that I'm at. So I hope today you were able to find something you're passionate about and help other people become passionate about it as well. Going through the innovation process, one of the biggest things you'll find as a roadblock is brainstorming how to form, shape, and organize your ideas. One of my co-founders, Christian, who helped me start my nonprofit, had been coming here to do the innovation competition on a college level for 2 years, 2 or 3 years, I think. And he had, I think the best he had done was 3rd place, and he had been really passionate about this idea, but was not able to really implement it. So I'm proud to say that with me and Christian and our other co-founder, David, we were actually able to, with the help of the Imagine Center, form, organize, and actually implement what we wanted to do to the point where we are here today actively helping people. Another big roadblock you'll find is finding your target audience. In my world, that's who I help. In the world of mental health, something that's really important to me, the hardest thing about it is that some people don't want help. And again, without Maureen and the Imagine Center here, I would not have found certain ways to get access to those people to help them understand that they need help. I think as you go through this whole innovation process today, you will understand that there are a lot of nuances to creating your ideas, forming your ideas, and organizing those same ideas. But you're also going to know that not everybody is going to be completely accepting of what you were trying to do. And as an entrepreneur, it's one of the biggest things you're going to have to deal with. But what makes people great, what makes people great entrepreneurs is the effort to continue moving forward. Whether it's not having a target audience that is openly supportive, whether it's not having support on your own. If you have an idea that you're passionate about, you take that next step. Because the fact is that if you don't do what you want to do and you don't create that idea, no one else is going to do it. No one else is going to do it for you, and no one else is going to be able to, in my words, help someone else. Something I've learned at the Imagine Center is what innovation means to me. I think if we look at progress of the world, innovation is the fire that keeps the world running. Innovation is the ideas that help more people save lives and create new great inventions that help improve our lives. Innovation is something that happens to someone when they need to make the world a better place. But more importantly, I think you guys will learn today, innovation is doing what you love. Innovation is something that you're interested in and thinking about ideas that you just want to do. It doesn't matter if you're going to be a millionaire off your ideas. It matters more of, is it interesting to you? And do you want to do it? And if you have those 2 things, that's all you need. You don't need to be making a lot of money. As long as you are happy with what you're doing and you're passionate about it, that's all you need as an entrepreneur. It's been a really great opportunity for me to speak to you guys. And I'm really actually happy to be back here today. Just graduated tonight, so very happy to be here. If I can leave you guys with any real words of encouragement for the day, as well as more for your whole entrepreneurial journey, if you continue to choose that, and if you hopefully come here to Ursinus and get to utilize the great U Imagine Center. There's a quote that has always stuck with me, and I hope you guys are able to understand it in its full aspect. The quote is, if you cannot see the way in front of you, just look for your next step. Because the fact is that 4 years ago, I was in high school. I was a swimmer. My favorite, period in high school was lunch in class. And I was really excited to go to college. And I applied to Ursinus on a whim, got into Ursinus. 4 years later, I graduated with a degree, a dozen new friends, close friends, 2 companies where I'm helping people every day. And lot happier and passionate about what I'm doing. And I can tell you honestly, I didn't know this was going to happen. My family knew. I don't think even when I first met Maureen that she knew what my next 3 years would be folded into. And I can say definitely when I came here to Ursinus, and definitely every single day that I was working on, whether it was Century, my landscape business, or the Bridge Foundation, I didn't necessarily know what my next was going to be. The biggest thing was that even though I couldn't see it necessarily, I took that next step. Took a blind leap of faith, and now I'm here today speaking to you, the only 3-time winner of U Magic competition and helping people every day. So I hope you guys are all able to do the same things and help as many people as you can. Thank you.
Thank you, Trevor. I am very proud of this young man. I learned early in my career here at Ursinus that students are interested in hearing stories and inspiration from people that they can relate to. And somebody who has maybe 20 or 30 years of experience as an entrepreneur and can show you a pathway was not as effective as some of our recent entrepreneurs and the experiences that they've gone through. And the purpose of inviting Trevor here today was for you to be inspired that as a student, as a young person, as somebody with passion, as somebody that's unclear about next steps, you can have a huge impact with confidence, support around you, tenacity, toughness to take the next step, even though you don't know what it is, and this passion and work ethic to keep it going. So thank you for sharing that. Very appreciative of it. All right, so with that inspiration, we're going to walk through the process. So I am going to ask you to turn to your packets. And the first step that you're going to do is, well, which is not up on the screen, is you're going to work with my team to get organized into teams, okay? Small teams. So you'll be working at least with 1 or 2 or 3 other people. From there, I'm going to ask you to pick a problem that's worth solving. And our speaker today, Trevor, did a great job of encouraging you to think about that. So is the problem worth solving? Who has it? How severe is it? How many people have it? Is it something you care about? Make it worth your time. Make it worth your effort. Creating a solution. And that solution could be a product, a service, technology, a social good, or a change in process. And so I'm going to ask you to brainstorm solutions to come up with a creative new solution. And I'm going to ask you to develop that solution, to be able to describe for us what it is,